And she will immediately get the basketball thanks to Cameron Brown winning the tip. I know you got to see this UCLA team last week. What stood out to you about the Bruins?
They are so steady and together. And this one right here, Cameron Brown, I am so impressed with her. She is like a coach on the floor. She brings the energy, that second effort.
Kiki Rice called for the travel. Her first taste of facing the #1 team in the nation. You see South Carolina's starting 5. What a luxury for the Gamecocks to return 4 starters from last year's national championship winning team.
You've got Bree Beal and Zia Cook, 2 that have started probably every game since they've been in a South Carolina uniform.
UCLA starting 5. They're so glad to have Conti back in the lineup. She was out last year with an ACL injury, and that forced Charisma Osborne to run the point more.
And Corey Close so happy to have Conti back so that Osborne can be in that scoring spot. And really 2 options at the point guard position, and one of those is Kiki Rice.
Kiki Rice with the mid-range game and puts UCLA on the board first. When it comes to the point guard position, that's been the question mark for South Carolina because they lose Destiny Henderson to the WNBA. So you see Kierra Fletcher. She's been starting her 5th game in a row at the point. There she goes with the mid-range game. Up and in for Fletcher.
Bree Beal has the assignment to guard Charisma Osborne.
That's not a surprise, right?
Well, I thought that it might be Zia Cook.
We may see both. Dawn Staley, another outstanding team already. And look, she tests her team early. They've already played #2 Stanford. That was one of the best games I have watched in a long time. It went to overtime, the #1 and #2 team in the nation, and South Carolina got it done.
Well, South Carolina dug themselves a hole and had to fight and battle back. And those are the kind of games you want your team in, tested, and come out with a win. See how far out UCLA is playing off. They're forcing the outside shot.
Zia Cook says thank you. Her percentage is up from last year. Conti tries to save it before she goes out of bounds, and that goes over and back call on UCLA.
Zia Cook shooting it well. Even Bree Beal, she's made 7 threes on the season.
UCLA subs in Lena Zontak, one of their freshmen out of Germany. She's number 21 in blue. Conti looking for a lane. Corey Close is coming off a season. They had all kinds of injuries. They had cancellations due to COVID, but now they've got the #1 recruiting class coming in, and she has so much young talent. But the message in shoot-around today, work on your championship habits.
They look at this game as an opportunity to make another step toward being better and being ready to go after a championship.
Zia Cook misses.
That's the other one of the impact freshmen playing for UCLA.
And they're talking about number 21 in blue. Kiki Rice looking, and there's going to be an offensive foul.
How much is South Carolina's length? They are just shot blocking fools. I'm going to tell you, you don't want to go inside against the Gamecocks.
Yeah, South Carolina has 3 of the top 10 shot blockers in the SEC on their roster. London Jones with the pull-up from the elbow.
That's another freshman right there, has no fear. And talk about somebody that hunts buckets.
Cook directing traffic. Boston pushed way outside by Bessoir. Raven Johnson tried to jump it off to Victoria Saxton underneath. And Saxton just pounded her way inside. Bree Hall gets caught up in the screen. Bessoir off to the right on the 3, and Raven Johnson pushes up ahead to Bree Hall on the layup.
They've got good options between Kierra Fletcher and Raven Johnson.
You like going back and forth?
I do. They keep fresh on the floor, 2 different style point guards.
Ooh, Kiki Rice. Hall just short on the layup.
Keep an eye on Kiki Rice.
It's just layup after layup.
Doc Saley's not going to be happy about that. Getting back transition defense.
Trio of subs for both teams waiting at the table. They throw it inside to Aliyah Boston.
And South Carolina overloaded it to give Boston room to work down low, but she's not able to get the shot.
Aliyah Boston has it. That's her first shot right there. UCLA opening this game shooting 50% from the field. South Carolina shooting 33. The Gamecocks with a 1-point lead, and a different lineup for South Carolina here. They bring in Kamilla Cardoso. Letitia Mihir also in the game. Cameron Brown feeding Osborne, cutting to the rack.
Corey Close does a terrific job with her team executing out of the timeout. The flare screen on the backside. Osborne reads it, cuts to the basket, and Cameron Brown found it from the top.
Raven Johnson has to hustle for it. UCLA on a 6-0 run. Gamecocks trying to stop that with a bigger lineup. They throw it up to Cardoso, but it's taken away by Conti. Bucket in by Gabriela Jaquez. Boston. Back to Zaya Cook for the long three. Second chance for the Gamecocks. They're forcing South Carolina to take those outside shots.
Oh, that's a good look inside. And found Cardoso.
Look, Boston's a great scorer, a great rebounder. She's also a great passer.
That was one of the things Don Staley said she wanted Aliyah Boston to get better with this year.
Kiki Rice with the bucket makes it a 3-point lead for UCLA. That three short from Bree Beal. Bessoir battling Cardoso. They give it up to Kiki Rice at the elbow. Bessoir gets her shot blocked, but finishes on the second attempt. UCLA has had a lot of success in the paint. They're outscoring the Gamecocks 14-6 inside.
Now South Carolina's going to need to they need to score a bucket right now to close this quarter. UCLA has been in control the entire first quarter.
Here goes Zaya Cook working. Scores over 3 defenders, and South Carolina needed that bucket. UCLA on a 12-4 run.
South Carolina started to stay in. South Carolina moves a lot better when they're playing against a man-to-man.
Boston's first points.
She's been so impressive this year. Not only does she go get rebounds, but she snatches the ball out of the air.
She was questionable coming into tonight's game, but fully active. And Letitia Mihir using that longest wingspan on the team for the steal. Maybe a little transition is what South Carolina needed.
And a bigger athletic lineup right now with Letitia Mihir really at the three. But Gina Conti silences the crowd. Got to turn up the defense, and having Letitia Mihir on the guards, on the perimeter, makes it really, really tough. I mean, it's a physical game right now.
Yeah, this UCLA Bruin team off to their best start since 2019, facing the defending national champions. Cook driving in. Rebound into the hands of Osborne, and Kiki Rice is the outlet. Stopped! Kamilla Cardoso!
Kamilla Cardoso runs down the floor, does not give up on the play. Protect the possession, big girls.
Osborne hits the deck. Rice is going to pull it out and get the screen from Suntok.
There are breakdowns or miscommunication from South Carolina, and UCLA has had the ability to take advantage of that and get to the rim.
Came in immediately, became a starter for UCLA.
With all those accolades, though, Corey Close said, "This is the most humble person you will ever meet."
Kierra Fletcher now in to run the point for South Carolina. They'll give it to Boston in the high post. Cardoso working down low on Suntok. 8 Eastern, 7 Central, right here on the SEC Network. Marquez to Bessoir. Working on Sanaya. Fagan goes over the top. Cardoso double team, finds herself under the basket, has to kick back out. And 3-second violation.
And UCLA has really been able to do whatever they've wanted off ball screens. Chase, get a switch. Now they've got a big on a little.
And Osborne just shoots over.
There's a reason she leads this team in scoring. She recognized she has a big on her, so she takes a step back, even a few steps back behind the three-point line, and buries it.
Defense has given South Carolina a lot of problems tonight. Gamecocks shooting just 33% from the field. Fletcher in and out, and a foul called on the floor. Sanaya Fagan at the free throw line. Gina Conti over to Bessoir. And it's blocked by Ashlyn Watkins. It's happened a few times tonight for South Carolina.
The length of South Carolina, they've got to find, but not just rely on blocking shots, but when a defender is beat, the help rotating over, got to take away the look. Ashlyn Watkins, she's got springs in her legs. She can get up. She is only 6'3".
Aliyah Boston back in the game for South Carolina. She's 1 for 3 tonight, 2 points, 2 rebounds. They've done a great job on her. How about that? Count the bucket.
Yeah, I just, you know, when the defender is hanging on your arm and you're trying to free yourself, that kind of action is happening. So now UCLA gets the ball also.
Her 2 intentional fouls do result in disqualification. That is 1 on Aliyah Boston in this game.
That was a great switch off defending the ball screen there between Aliyah Boston and Zia Cook.
Ashlyn Watkins. Osborne working on Fletcher. Dumps it over to Bessoir. She's short on the layup. The kick out to Osborne for 3. They'd rather have 3 points anyway.
When you see a play like that, that shows you she is pro ready. She drove in. She made a terrific pass for the assist. It didn't happen. Then she spotted back out and then able to hit that dagger. Is efficient. You can count on her knocking down the 3.
Saxton puts it up and in for 2. And now the crowd gets into it. That'll do it too. Aliyah Boston with the block.
Not giving up on the shot.
Conti the step back and lets it fly. Watkins has it. Fletcher at the SEC logo. London Jones in, setting up the play for the Bruins. They've made 1 of their last 7 shots. Hard to shoot a 3 over Aliyah Boston. Runner too much on it. And here comes Fletcher out with the basketball up ahead to Cook. Offensive foul on Zia Cook.
Kiki Rice, the number 2 signee in the country. Reed, Zia Cook trying to come hard with that left hand.
UCLA led 16-13 at the end of the first quarter. Their largest lead tonight has been 10. Boston, yes! Just about a 10-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Osborne, the kick out to Hawkes, it's short. Driving in high off the window, misses. Fletcher is blocked, and South Carolina won't get a bucket before the half. UCLA has led by as many as 10 points.
Right away, you see how far off Kiki Rice is playing off Kierra Fletcher. She's going to double and try to help, but that time before the help could be there, Aliyah Boston just went ahead and scored.
It's been hard to get there, though. She's been covered up. Bessoir on the board, stopped by Boston. Off the screen from Bessoir. The three, swish!
UCLA can play 5 out. They've got threats in 4 of the 5 positions.
Saxton on Cameron Brown. Offensive foul on Victoria Saxton. They started the season unranked for the first time since 2015, but they have played their way into being the 15th team in the nation. Woo! Kiki Rice.
Take away your right hand. Take away her left hand. She is versatile enough and savvy enough to find seams in the defense, find her opportunity, and take full advantage.
One of 2 players in double figures, her and Charisma Osborne. Fletcher has 6. Osborne in the paint, working on Beal. Banks it in.
Michaela Onyenwere, who is now playing for the New York Liberty. Then she had some injuries, but Osborne is a bucket waiting to happen. And her experience is what has helped her win that starting nod for the Gamecocks.
You know, after their last game, their win against Jackson State, Kiki Rice, the freshman, was asked about Charisma Osborne. What impresses you the most about your veteran? She said she plays both ends with the same intensity.
She just brings that competitive spirit. Corey Close has talked about how she has loved coaching.
Cook was tipped from behind. Suntalk up ahead to Kiki Rice. Blocked by Boston. Gamecocks 0 for their last 4.
Suntalk is the roamer now, rotating in, playing off of Bree Bill. Then let Bree Bill go set ball screens. She's trying to get too far in the lane with her scoring. Just go shoot it when that window opens.
Getting a little loud in CLA.
Watch number 1 in blue, Kiki Rice, the freshman.
Conti has stopped driving in. Charisma Osborne is waiting to check in at the table.
They're going to run the elevator again.
Boston's covered up. Fletcher takes it.
Otherwise, are they going to roll the dice and see how many of those she could score?
Rice off the glass. And a little spunk afterwards. And the steal. Back the other way. Gabriella Hawkes misses the layup. Cook up and in. Kiki Rice saw an opening. She will take it, and she's going to the free throw line.
She's also a cook.
Oh, I do like that.
And she gets her recipes off TikTok.
Oh, fun.
Fun fact.
Love that. And Boston's going to bring it up.
Oh, with the Euro step.
Wow. Okay, I'll handle the ball.
Just talked about South Carolina scoring before the defense gets back. Cameron Brown stood there to take the charge, but Aliyah Boston, how about the footwork? Footwork, big girl. Euro step. Nice in the finish. Where you are on the floor. She did that play.
Very aware. Another rejection by Aliyah. And Corey Close calls timeout. Osborne, this is a 2, and it's off. Cardoso above everybody. Zia Cook running the point. We saw them go to this, putting Cook at the point in the Stanford game late, and they feel like it settled them down offensively.
Well, they got a huge front court, too. You have Aliyah Boston running the 3, Victoria Saxton at the 4, and Kamilla Cardoso at the 5.
Zia Cook right around Cameron Brown First lead for South Carolina since the 9:32 mark in the second quarter. Offensive foul. Cook heavily guarded by London Jones. The three drops in for Bessoir. Gives it back to her. Can't finish through the contact. Cardoso can. Just the second time we've been tied tonight.
Watch the pick and pop. Emily Bessoir with Osborne.
UCLA can't hang on. Ami here has Hall ahead of her. Conti out with the rebound, heaves it up. Talk about scrapping towards the end of the quarter. We go to the fourth quarter. London Jones rejected by Cardoso.
Defending the ball screens of UCLA. In that first quarter, UCLA was getting what they wanted. It got a little better in the second, third. The defense was huge. The intensity on the defensive side for South Carolina has gone to another level.
A 5-second call, that'll be a turnover by UCLA.
How do you get somebody to stop coming in the paint? You got to block shots.
Turnover. And Kiki Rice gets herself to the free throw line.
More and more efficient every game.
She was 4 for 4 from the free throw line before that, but UCLA with another chance. Cameron Brown lets it fly from the corner. Do you like Zia Cook running the point for South Carolina?
I do.
Why?
Well, Zia Cook is a player that likes to have and needs to have the ball in her hands, being able to make some decisions. I think that when she feels like she's got some sort of control, most successful teams know who their point guard is going to be.
Cook misses. Osborne in traffic. Fletcher looking up ahead to Cardoso, kicks to the corner for Zia Cook. And Kamilla Cardoso helps her out.
And she's running in transition without drawing the charge, the kick out.
Outscored in the third quarter, 20-16.
And very disciplined to be able to stay on the floor. Now the defense is all spread out. Now, there you can get the ball inside.
8 seconds. Rolls over to Rice. 5 seconds for Kiki Rice.
Aliyah Boston's going to have to be careful pushing off.
Yeah, that's her 5th. With Aliyah Boston at the free throw line. And she's hit 2 tonight. Boston gets 1 of 2, but the rebound to LA.
That wasn't a lot of contact right there. I don't know about that one.
It's the 3rd foul on Brown. Cardoso misses. Crowd wanted a carrying call. Bessoir hit up into the air, back into her hands.
Letitia and me here, 6'3", defending on the perimeter. Nice defense.
Cook with the pull-up. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Conti. And that's 2 times in a row South Carolina has forced UCLA to take a deep, deep 3. Wow, Cardoso has been a putback machine. And now South Carolina has taken it back. The defense has turned up 2. Cameron Brown driving in. That ends a 3-minute and 30 scoring drought for the Bruins.
It's going to be a battle. You've got contrasting
and 4 blocks for Aliyah Boston. Ami here throws it up to the hot hand. It's Cardoso. Conti pulls up and dishes it to Kiki Rice. Cameron Brown on the glass.
Aliyah Boston, so smart, called Zaya Cook off from guarding Emily Bussoir.
Zaya Cook on the hunt. Off of the hands of Ami here. It'll be UCLA ball. Another late shot clock for UCLA. Charisma Osborne creating. No.
UCLA, they've either got to steal or they've got to try to speed up the game.
That's going to be a technical foul called on Kiki Rice.
Are you aware of what just happened?
So Letitia Ami here gets to shoot 2 because South Carolina is now in the bonus, and then they'll get to put Aliyah Boston at the free throw line to shoot the 2 fouls for the technical. Six straight points for South Carolina. And that's going to be the 4th on Kiki Rice.
It was a costly mistake by the freshman. Just a little frustration when she got the steal, got called for the foul. And she hit some jumpers. And the defense then from UCLA started to turn up. And they were able to score before UCLA could get that defense set.
Charisma Osborne got popped in the mouth. Cardoso up ahead with the lay-in. Under a minute to go. South Carolina trailed by as many as 10 tonight. Both teams in the bonus, so a foul for either results in free throws. 2 free throws for Osborne.
UCLA have an interceptor, do everything they can to not allow the ball to come in. Now that it does, you got to foul. You can't allow time to come off the clock. Got to foul.
Corey Close is asking for the foul, telling her team to foul, and they have not yet.
And you got to foul.
UCLA didn't foul. It cost them 16 seconds of game time.
And South Carolina has shown its resiliency. They did the same thing, similar with against Stanford. They were down, had to come back. That one went to overtime.
But they were down 12 in that game. UCLA has not had a field goal in over 3 minutes. Up and in and to the line, Charisma Osborne.
Will Don Staley call a timeout.
Gotta get it in.
Let's see her a little more consistent from the three-point line, but she defends. I would look for the 3. If it's not there, go quick to the 2.
Bussoir in the corner, tries to dribble and create space. This will be short. Foul on the floor. Marquez misses. Gets one of two.
I got a foul.
And they do immediately.
I was down in the Bahamas, and Bill Self talked about Kansas and his team, and you want to play different styles because what you're doing right now is going to prepare you for March and April.
They didn't let their offense affect other aspects of their game. They still played hard defensively. They still rebounded the basketball. Kanji throws up the three in and out, and she is fouled by Ami here.
Said she's not calling timeout.
She missed it. Boston is fouled with 3.4. Boston only had one shot attempt in the first quarter, but she has finished with another double-double, 17 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists.
What I saw from Aliyah Boston tonight was not only is she a dominant player, but a tremendous leader. She did not allow her team to get frustrated with the defense that UCLA was bringing. It was a little tricky to find and maneuver some offense for South Carolina, but Aliyah Boston, the rest of her team, they found a way.
Her 5th double-double of the season.
24 points. Thank you.
24 of UCLA's 64. And Osborne will take the deep three. South Carolina experience and veterans paying off, coming back from trailing by 10 points in this game.